All right, so finally we got to see you fronted. You don't do anything easy.
No.
We could have done this in an anonymous hotel room. Do you know how hard it was for my Uber driver to get here?
I heard you were coming, and I was like, open this door. Put him on the runway. Put him on the tarmac. Wait for it.
Mr. Anthony Mackie.
You've come a long way, my friend.
As
I
have
should
you.
have your action figure.
Look at this. I made this at home 10 years ago, and finally it's come to pass.
You waited so long.
Here's what I like about it. Just like the real Anthony Mackie, when you squeeze his legs, something magical happens.
He fills up the room.
Exactly. What do you think of this assessment? This is pretty accurate. This is pretty good.
It's pretty dope. I've been going around and, collecting all my action figures, and it's so funny. We had the little Happy Meal toys at McDonald's. So I text Danny, I'm like, dude, you been to McDonald's? He's like, no, what's happening? I'm like, dude, go to McDonald's.
The McRib is back.
Now.
It's huge.
I'm excited to see you going home on the flight playing with my toys.
Exactly, always. But congratulations, man. In all honesty, look, we've known each other a long time. This is a moment.
Yeah.
Have you been thinking about this for a while? Look, you signed on to the MCU a long time ago. You don't know where it's going to go.
Right.
When did it start to enter your mind this might be something that could happen?
To be honest, once we started shooting the movie,
I
never had any inkling of an idea that one day I would be Captain America. It was something I couldn't dream that big, So I never considered it.
Okay, so by the time you get to filming, you'd had time to think about it. You're a producer on this as well. What was important for you that you wanted to represent in this?
I wanted to represent Sam Wilson in the right light. Yeah. I feel like Steve gave him the shield for a reason. And what's that reason? What was the thing about Sam that gave Steve the confidence to walk away?
Right.
And Julius and I talked every day. Literally 2 days after he got the job, he flew to New Orleans. And the words that kept coming to mind every day were compassion and empathy. And with this movie, with this character, because he didn't take the serum, it's very important that we know that his superpower is empathy.
Yeah.
His superpower is compassion. His superpower is the fact that he's the best part of us. And that's what I wanted to show in this movie and what I wanted this character to convey.
And if you have to, utter an expletive here and there, you got to do it. Because you had promised me way back when you're going raunchy, the X-rated language. We're not quite there, but there's some S words in here.
I tried. Then I got an email from Kevin, so I had to cut it short.
Is it true that one stipulation was, I'm going to do this, but no Sebastian Stan? Let's. He's had his time. We've had our time. We're good.
No, that was my one rule. I was like, you know what? He's doing all right for himself. Leave him over there. Let him enjoy himself.
Look, we're at an interesting point for Marvel, and I've talked to a lot of young actors where it's like some of them are like, I don't want to do the superhero thing. I'm going to go do a different route. What's your attitude about folks that we all love Marvel, but some folks for whatever reason are like, I want to go down a different path?
I think that's fair. I think the great thing about this industry, you have so many paths to go down. Like everybody's lane is different. Everybody's career is different. I started off in small independent films, and then I got 8 Mile, and then all of a sudden, here we are. So I think everybody's route, everybody's path should be different. When I was in the theater doing plays and doing my little independent movies in New York, I never saw or thought the idea of me being Captain America. That was never any interest of mine.
Yeah.
I wanted to do Ibsen and Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
I wanted to work at the Goodman and the Guthrie, Well,
it's also the kind of thing you can't even imagine. It's it's
Right.
out of your even
Right.
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? Everybody's lane, everybody's path is different.
I ratted you out with your buddy Harrison Ford yesterday. I told him, I don't know if you've ever confessed, he didn't seem to know what a big Star Wars nerd you are. I told him you have the Boba Fett helmet. He owns a Boba Fett helmet.
I am not surprised.
So he might look at you differently now. Have you ever confessed to him your Star Wars love?
No. You know what I was going to do? And I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. I want to get one of the original posters and have him sign it.
Yeah.
You got to.
You got
to. It's Harrison Ford. But luckily for me, we're friends now, so I can call him ride out to the canyon and get him to sign it.
There you go.
I dropped that. I'm Harrison Ford's friend.
If he was coming up now, what MCU hero would he play, you think? Is he
A
Captain
young
America?
Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
Nah, I think he would play like Cyclops.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
Okay.
Cyclops is, for all intents and purposes, the leader of the X-Men.
True.
Right? He has all of those, quirks. He has that personality, that charm. I would cast him as Cyclops.
Okay. Let's talk music. You've told me before Marvin Gaye, an inspiration. Is it all Marvin Gaye, the set list for Sam now?
No. This movie was 100% James Brown.
Is that right?
Yeah, man.
Any particular songs really get you in the mood?
Papa Don't Take No Mess. That was for the last fight sequence. And then at the beginning, it was Please, 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 and a few sprinkles all through the middle of that.
Nice. Danny was saying he's more of a Bad Bunny guy. Has he exposed you? No? Not your speed?
Get out of here. Beat it. No.
You're going to go to the Super Bowl. You have
Of course,
to. Of course
yeah.
you are. Are you a Kendrick fan? Kendrick's playing.
I am so excited to see Kendrick, especially after winning 17 Grammys.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Kendrick fan. I always have been since his first album. I think his level of talent, his ability, his artistic honesty, you just don't see that anymore.
How many shields have you accumulated in the home, in the Mackie household now? If I go in there, when I get the invite eventually, is it just a room full of paraphernalia?
It is a room full of paraphernalia, but from all my movies. Like, I still have my Echo jeans from 8 Mile with my sweatshirt.
Eminem's just sitting in a corner waiting for
I
you.
have Eminem in a corner. I have stuff from all my movies, dude. So
Amazing.
I took one of the bedrooms and just make it a memorabilia room.
All right, let's talk. We're not going to spoil stuff going forward for Marvel because I know you can't. But tell me this: were you more surprised when Evans showed up in Deadpool Wolverine, or when RDJ was announced as Dr. Doom? Were you equally surprised? Did you get the heads up on either?
I wasn't surprised when he showed up in Deadpool Wolverine. That's something Chris would do. Like, if Chris not doing nothing, you call him, he'll show up and be in your movie. But the RDJ thing was a surprise. That was a huge surprise.
What do you think, man? I mean, this is going to mix it up.
I'm excited. I'm actually really excited. I think like they've never done that before. They've never taken a character from one character and brought it to another character. How are you going to explain that?
Yeah.
It's like they've never taken a character from one character and put him in the mantle of the next character. And we got to explain that. So I'm interested to see how it works.
I think a big question is whether we're going to see Deadpool and how Deadpool would fit in. Like that vibe. Do you think it can work?
I would guess like Deadpool and Wolverine would have to be there.
You got it. I mean, just
Right?
like we don't know anything, you probably do, but
I don't know anything. But I would guess Deadpool and Wolverine would have to be there because their movie just came out.
you would think also poor Tom Holland. He thinks he's been roasted by you. Deadpool is going to come after Tom.
He's going to chew him up. I'm ready for it.
Well, speaking of this, okay, we're on this military base. You're going to jump out of this airplane?
I'm jumping out of that C-130. That's the exact one. Yes, sir.
This better not be the last interview with Anthony Mackie
No,
ever. You're going to be okay.
If you remember Falcon Winter Soldier, I jumped out of a C-130
Sure.
right at the beginning of the show. Now the crazy thing is, Sam Wilson in the comic book series, he was a member of the Airborne.
Right.
Right? So the Airborne that he was a member of is stationed at this base. So the guys that I'm jumping with are literally the guys in the Airborne that Sam Wilson was a member of.
Do you get nervous? Like, what makes you nervous?
Jumping out of planes?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I get it. I get it. Really? Not a moment.
Look at this dude.
Danny says you're lying. He says he doesn't get nervous jumping out of planes.
Why would you get nervous jumping out of a plane? The plane is there for you to jump out of.
No, it's not. You learned
Yes,
the wrong
it is.
lessons. No.
What are they going to do with that back door? Jump out of it. I'm telling you. You know, my goal in my career is to do everything Tom Cruise does in his movies.
I was gonna say.
You know what I mean? But they'll never let me do that.
Out cruise.
Out cruise. They should strap me to the wing of this mug and let me, like, hang on to the wing as it flies around.
You need a sequel. Next one. Let's build to that.
Yeah. Just stay alive. Got it.
That's the goal today.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get.
You've never been skydiving?
You're surprised knowing me that I've never
That's
been.
right. Never mind.
I've barely been on a bicycle.
That was a dumb question. I take that back. Go ahead.
All right, so you finally get your front and center moment in a film. Which of the many MCU characters deserves their solo film? Who hasn't gotten the attention they deserve?
Man, I'm a big Nightcrawler fan. I would love to see a Nightcrawler movie.
You're an X-Men guy, I'm taking it.
I mean, I grew up with the X-Men cartoon.
Okay.
I mean, it was like He-Man, Smurfs, and X-Men. But that was, growing up, I was a big X-Men fan.
So this will be exciting next phase. You'll hopefully mix it up.
My dream was to be Beast. And then Kelsey Grammer took my role.
Yeah. Well, you guys often go up for the same roles.
I know. I don't know why, but for some reason, every time I'm up for something, Kelsey Grammer beats me up.
All right. We joke about the rivalry, friendship, whatever it is with Sebastian, but it was really sweet to see you guys at the Globes. What was it like for you, man?
It's been a great 3 weeks. Because I realize now how I grew up is very different. Like where I'm from, if your friend wins, you win.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate enough because I was presenting right after that, so I was off stage.
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen him in a little bit, and we had been texting back and forth, and a lot of stuff has been going on in both of our lives. So it was just the culmination of that, and seeing him win and finally get his recognition and what he deserves. I was just happy for him. I was proud of him, and that's what friends do.
Yeah.
Man, it's like that dude's nobody's friend.
Well, this is the stages of friendship, of relationship in your life. I know this about you. You bust on them for years, and then the love comes. Eventually, you get there. And the good thing is, you're not going to ruin this film, but you can totally ruin Thunderbolts. Because
100%.
You want to just act out what happens in Thunderbolts for us?
100%. I'm going to give all the spoilers. I am going to ruin Thunderbolts before it even hits the ground.
I feel like every interview ends with some conversation about the suit. You're happy with where you landed on the suit this time? You feel cool in it?
I am. I got this suit. I think this is the suit that they got right. It looks good. The tech of it is cool. I feel like it's just everything about it works. It looks good. Fighting, the movement of it. It's all around. It's colorful. Even though it's still the same red, white, and blue, but it looks crisp.
Yeah, and it looks great in action. Having seen the footage, man.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
All right, so let's end this on a somewhat earnest level. Look, this is a moment, as I said at the beginning. Is there anything unanticipated about how you're feeling about this? You've been prepping for this in different ways throughout your career, but does the weight of it, in a way, feel different having it about to come out? What are you feeling right now?
I'll say this. We got the best script with the best cast, with the best crew to make the best movie we could. And as an actor and as a producer on the movie, I'm proud of it. I'm excited. I've been in those movies where you're like, man, this is coming out. Oh, boy. But with this one, I'm excited for people to see it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to sit in the theater and hear people react to it. It's one of those things where you do the hard work and it pays off.
Yeah.
And you get a really cool project because of it.
Yeah.
So, Captain America, the First Avenger, was kind of the platform that the first phase was built on till Endgame, right? So now this movie, Brave New World, is the platform, the foundation that this will be built on until whatever that crescendo moment is. But this is the beginning of our new journey. So I'm just excited about it.
Congratulations, buddy. You put in the work. Well deserved. Enjoy the ride, man. It's always good to see you, buddy. And be safe out there.
I'm jumping out that plane.
I need to talk to you 10 more times, so be safe.